everyone, this is Jacqueline Kromowski with the Herd Book Ag Media. I'm back and I'm here to give you your Moving Iron Ag News update here for this mid-September week. The situation regarding the containers and congested ports are still ongoing. And recently, several ag organizations sent a letter to President Joe Biden saying that, quote, the problem not only persists, but is becoming even more dire, unquote. Over 70 ag groups signed the letter and also thanked the president for actions that have already been taken. However, they urge that this is not enough and the issue needs to be continually chipped at until the problem is overall alleviated. Right now, over 70% of containers are leaving our West Coast ports are completely empty, and that is actually an all-time record. And note that most of these are going to Asia. While there aren't any surefire ways to resolve this issue, right now the president is being requested to support the bipartisan Ocean Shipping Reform Act, which could codify policies that could potentially address these unfair practices, specifically as they relate to ag exports. And while we're in the realm of politics, recently Elaine Trevino, the current president of the Almond Alliance of California, was nominated to be the chief ag negotiator by President Joe Biden. If she were to take this position, she would be working on trade programs, export agreements, extremely important, and tariff disputes. And since we're still here on Capitol Hill, I guess I'm going to mention that right now, congressional leadership is being urged by lawmakers to include a $75 million in the appropriations bill that could fund protection needs to keep African swine fever away from American shores. Now, I will reiterate, we have still not had any issues of African swine fever here in America, but as it says surge throughout the globe, that threat is still fairly imminent. Moving on to our international news, meat processors in the United Kingdom are being warned that they're going to have to slow or halt their production due to a national carbon dioxide shortage, which is used to stun animals before humane slaughter. The European Union has partnered with the United States to launch a global pledge to reduce methane emissions by at least 30% by the end of this decade. President Joe Biden made a virtual announcement not too long ago during the Major Economics Forum, which is a virtual and closed-door session, according to Drovers, and was held during the UN Climate Conference, which was in Scotland. Biden said this will not only rapidly reduce the rate of global warming, but it will also produce a very valuable side benefit like improving public health and agricultural output. And then, moving south of the border, since we did already touch on our shipping container / port issues, Brazil looks like they're going to possibly lose out $500 million on their green coffee exports, as the numbers fell 27% in August when compared to last year. And most of this is due to, again, issues involving finding shipping containers and vessel space. Here in our national news, Ida continues to still make some ripples in our agricultural segment, as now reports come in that 118,000 acres in Louisiana were destroyed of their sugarcane crop, which would be about 26% of the expected harvest. And with port issues continuing to ongo, this could lead to some difficulties for sugar within the next coming year. Recently, an informational picket happened at John Deere's headquarters in Moline, Illinois, just the other week. Employers who are under the United Auto Workers are raising their concerns over charges presented in ongoing contract negotiations. The company's last contract negotiations happened back in 2015 and reportedly was passed with less than 200 votes. Workers are saying that this is an attack on their benefits, which includes their job security provisions. Essentially, they say they want to erode seniority rights and consolidate job classifications, as one picketer reported. The Department of Agriculture's National Institute of Food and Agriculture, or NIFA, is going to invest over $30 million for a total of over 30 grants to support farmers and ranchers that want to grow and market high-quality organic foods, fiber, and other products that qualify as being organic. This investment falls under NIFA's organic agriculture problem, as reported by National Hog Farmer. Finally, to wrap things up, again, decarbonization continues to be a big business, including here in the agricultural space. Recently, The Economist reported that billions are pouring into this business. And as you might recall, there are several programs in the works that are supposed to incentivize farmers and ranchers for doing practices, including grazing and cropping and other things that would support the decarbonization, aka soil storage and preservation practices that would ultimately help clean up the atmosphere. All right, so that should catch y'all up for this week. This Ag News Update was brought to you by the Herd Book Ag Media, serving all your agribusiness writing, communication, and media needs. Find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or our company website, the-herdbook.com. Let me know you found out about us here on Moving Iron and get 20% off your first invoice.